Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So now is a filling stage. We're going to do the filling for inside here before you can cast it. As you can tell, plans have changed, and I'll tell you what plans have changed. So initially what we were meant to do was, when we get to this stage, we put the sand, we go and buy sand, the laterite sand, and I mentioned to you about how we had got someone moving that sand to add to the other one. I'm assuming to get out of the way so that we can put the sand on top. So initially we were going to buy some sand, as I mentioned, from like buy some laterite sand and then fill it whole. And then while I came here one time, and then my neighbor here said to me, we need to get a machine. Why don't I consider a machine? And I thought, okay, it's expensive, so I didn't even think about it. And then what happened was, I happened to see my neighbor the next day, a couple use the machine to do their house. And if I'm around, I'll show it to you later. So when I saw that, I thought, hold on, okay, let me start considering it. So then I went to inquire about it. I went to the first person, and then he said to me, he wants to come and see it. Like Ghana, obviously he has to come and see the work so that he doesn't undercharge or overcharge. So when I first brought him, he came down, he said to me, his fee, I think it was about 4,000. 4,500. And I started saying that's expensive, because I was expecting the sand to cost me as well. And he said to me, well, you realize you're going to spend about 10 fillings here. And I go, what? It's meant to be 5, at most 6. And he said, no, even the far one here is going to be around 3 trips. I thought, no, that's not right, because I've even written down 5/6. So I went and called the mason. He came down, and then as soon as he calmed down, he said it's going to cost me 9. I said, what? That's the first time you've mentioned that. I had a budget for this. And he said, no, I'm sorry, it's going to cost you. So then what happened was, I got a second guy to come down, which was this guy. When he came down, he charged me as well. And then when he charged me, he said to me, well, the first guy actually, said, let me tell you a secret. Why don't you just use the land, the sand from the land? And I thought, okay, this guy's probably looking for some next job. And he said, no, look, you'll see your land tilts from that side downwards. So you can actually take the top of here so that the land can be flat. Then all of a sudden, the neighbor was discussing it. I said, like, because he's much more experienced, like a potential solution. When we calculated it, basically, you see the land. Number one, I get to fix the land, as in like make it a bit neater and flatter. Secondly, and then I noticed one time also that I had my neighbors from another place had also done the same thing. Then idea started sinking in my head. So if I calculate the amount of sand that I'll need for this job, it's actually easier for me to do what I'm doing now. Hence, that's why the plan has changed for me going to buy sand to use it. Now, I don't know if actually I'm gonna get the entire sand to fill the thing, as in it will be enough, but he promises it will be enough. If it's not enough, I'm estimating worst case scenario that I'm gonna have to pay like for 1 or 2 trips, which is better than the 10 that I predicted. So that's the idea anyway. So that's what he's doing now. He's kind of clearing the land. Now, in terms of the pricing, the first guy that came down, the guy there said, oh, don't worry, let me talk to him. He's from my hometown. So he took him to the side, spoke to him. Then the guy wouldn't budge from a certain amount. Then the other guy also came, said the same, and when he came down, he said, don't worry, I'll chat to him. So, because I knew I'll get a second quote, the first bit didn't bother me. But I did the same mistake with the second guy. So what's happened is, he told him what the first guy said, and don't go beyond this amount. So basically add, say, 200, and that 200 will be mine. That 200 will be my fee. So I've noticed that no matter what I said, he wasn't going to go beyond, and I was meant to get a third person, but due to time factors, I didn't get it. But this is an example of where you have to be smarter. You understand? I'm even saying it, and I did the same mistake. When someone comes down, you do the price. 90% of the time, you're going to get a better deal. 90% of the time, you get a better deal. That's it. If the person says to you, oh, I'll do it and everything, even when I gave the money, well, I gave some money ahead of time, because you have to give money for petrol. That's just how it works when it comes to the machine. So they take part payment. I noticed the guy, the mason, when I was going, looking in my rearview mirror, take the balance on top. So you gotta be very careful. When you bring someone down, you negotiate the price, and then if the guy wants to come in, he stands there with you and do it. When this guy came, this guy signed in the car and decided the price. So obviously he's gone to him and said to him, listen, they're gonna say this, my cut is this. And so therefore, I noticed that this guy wouldn't budge from the price and thing, because he wanted the bill on top to give to the guy as his cut, his fee. He didn't even go and get the guy. I went and got the guy. The second guy he got, the first guy I got. So that's how the thing works out. When you come to do pricing, negotiate yourself. Even if it's on the phone, speak to the guy. He says, I'll get you 4. You say, what's Mr. What are you in? 2.5. Then you get to the middle ground, and that's it. The guy helping you ain't helping you. Straight up, I'm telling you that now. So basically, he's gonna take some of this here so that it can flatten up this bit here. And if that guy hadn't come down, that's why you have to have clarity of purpose, but you also have to kind of be flexible in terms of the advice you get. Because if the guy that came down at the beginning had mentioned about using the land, I would have done that before, and so therefore I would have made it all level on one side. but because the guy, I didn't know that bit is a bit lower, so therefore it just meant I used more blocks. But anyway, it would have been better. But I've also told this guy that I want the land to slope a bit so that if it rains, it can kind of wash past. I don't want a situation where I flatten the land too much and you know, when it rains, it kind of affects me. So that was my hesitancy on doing what the guy is doing now. But yeah, the way we've done this, we just hired a machine. Initially, the machine was going to come down and pour the sand into, so I'll buy it separately and then it uses it to pour in there. After this guy, the other guy suggested it, and he said he's got some land available for sale just behind that houses over there. We went to see it last time, but anyway, that's now we got to figure out whether the land is genuine or not. But yeah, he went and showed me anyway. So just part of conversation, he said, and then he went and showed me his land. He said to me, look at mine, I heat the sand from there, and he showed me I had 2 big piles of sand, excluding the one that he's done already. So yeah, so be prepared for advice. I would say, if you can, do all your homework before, and so that you can kind of use it. Now I see this guy not pouring the sand inside, so I wonder if it's going to be a situation where they're gonna try and get other people, because you still have to get people to spread the thing inside. They spread the sand inside. So I wonder if it's going to be a situation where I'll have to do that, where I'll have to kind of but I'm hoping that cost won't be enough anyway. I didn't envisage using a machine, but the machine bit only came in as I get to pile the sand in the far side, and because I get to pile the sand in the far side, it saves me. In fact, it's almost the same as the 5 sand, but as we worked out, it was going to be 10. So far it's the same cost anyway, and it's quicker as well. So we'll see. I'll let you know towards the afterwards, to see whether which one won, whether me having sand or, but as you can tell, it's scraping the top of my land, and I'm gonna have a huge pile of sand. I think it will do the job, but we'll find out. All right. sand and the filling, and the filling being done in the work. They left me a crater in the middle of the floor. Literally, they finished and went to the front and they were about to leave. And luckily, I was sitting up there, and I said to them, "I'm sorry, you've left me a big hole." So we've had a bit of beef after. I said he will leave that, but that's what he told me yesterday. "Oh, you're very nice at Juma Mao. When you finish, he will level the whole thing for you." My mom's leaving it just like that. So that means they want extra. So now, this is where you either stick to my principle of although principle is free, another country but you're in trouble. So now, I gotta play like nice and stuff like that. Come on, man, just sort me out and then I'll sort you out after. So they're vexed doing the work now. But we all came here at the same time. I even got here before them. You get me? They told me they were gonna sort out the work. And now look. So now look, they sorted it out. It's not quite ideal for me, man. Look at that bit. And the neighbor that I thought would help me out, he's kind of gone. He's kind of like, he's busy doing his own thing. So boy, when it comes to sometimes you have to do the shit yourself. The guy seems reluctant to kind of do the work. He seems reluctant to come and do the work. It's like he doesn't want to sort it out. And it's gonna boil down to money. The guy's changed his mind from what he said. He didn't tell me that he would leave me a rough patch, a crater. You understand? So now I need to kind of go there and sort it out. And he's using a machine. It's not as if like, he's doing it manually. But now it comes down to money. You understand? Now it comes down to money. So I need to sort it out. So that means the cost is going up. And these are the little tricks that they do when they came for the job. "Oh yeah, listen, I'll do everything well for you." As soon as he got here, now he's kind of vexed that he has to kind of sort the place out for me. But he has to sort it out. You get me? You can't just leave me something like that, because then that will fuck me up for the rest of the if I'm doing any work. And they need to engage with me. So I'll let them sort it out, and when they finish, they'll come and say to me. Basically, it's gonna boil down to give me extra. That's what it's gonna boil down to. But instead of asking in a smart way, they're using the tricks to kind of do it. You're not using a bloody manpower, you're using a machine, and you're here and you pay for it. The guy that's doing the work now, that's actually angry, looks like he's been sublet the work from the guy that I spoke to, which is the guy in the black in the far side. So another thing is, just deal with the person directly. I thought I was dealing with him, now it's giving it to someone else. If I had gone and spoken to someone on road, I would have told him what I wanted, and so therefore would have been able to they would know what I wanted. Now it sounds like they want to cause pretend to cause a havoc so that they can kind of get extra money, which I don't mind. Well, I do mind, but I don't mind getting the consensus. But the trick they're trying to do with this, that's what they're trying to do. You understand? But the way he's kind of doing it is kind of like pretending as if he's angry about it to ask for money. And if you're coming like that, then I'm not going to do it, because it's a service that you're offering. I don't mind even getting someone else to come and do the rest of the work, but don't use tricks. So now it's pretending to be on a phone call and stop now. So these are little things that you have to deal with, and you just have to be calm, and that's it. Once you're calm, you're cool. That's it. Be calm, let them do whatever crap they want to do, and learn from it from the next time. That's what it is.